All right, welcome to Bigger Than the Game. We're doing our rewatch 50 years later, Rumble in the Jungle, October 30th, 1974 in Zaire. So, Jose, we're going to be rewatching this fight. What are you expecting to look for? What are some of the things you're going to look out for with this fight?
Yeah, Deremy, like we talked about it for sure on the podcast. I want to make sure like Ali was up a couple rounds for each judge, so I wanted like to look at that and see, because again, what we know about this fight, we talked about it during the podcast as well. Like it's the rope a dope, and how is somebody doing a rope a dope winning all these rounds, right? Like I want to see that. I want to see what Foreman could have done a little differently, maybe pulled Ali off the ropes like Frazier used to do. And the third thing I want to look at is this crowd. You know what I mean? Like, and you touched on it too. Like this, you can feel the crowd through the screen, man. And I just kind of want to sit in that and enjoy that as well, Darren.
All right, well, let's cue it up, man. I'm ready to get into it here.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Let's do it, man.
We're looking, it's October 30th, 1974 in Zaire. Now it's called the Democratic Republic of the Congo. You got the champ, George Foreman, the challenger, Muhammad Ali. This is the Rumble in the Jungle. And look at that, 40-0 for Foreman, 37 KOs, including against the great Joe Frazier, the great Ken Norton. This guy is just a monster at this point.
So this is what I want to also want everybody to kind of see as well. Everybody was intimidated by George Foreman. Ali's like showing them that he's not intimidated. And the start of this bell, boom, he runs right after him, man. And a lot of guys were not doing that. A lot of guys were scared to death of Foreman, and naturally so. You know what I mean? Like, I don't blame them. But to me, that's what stuck out immediately from this fight.
There's just something about it, man, where we're all humans, but it's going to sound weird, but there's some people who are just special, and there's just something different about, and Muhammad Ali is that, man. There's just something just special about him. And
round one, Ali bouncing around, shifting left for right.
Yeah, there you go. Foreman cutting that ring off, like you talked about there. I mean, he does a great job at that.
Yeah, Foreman was not just some big, stiff, lumbering guy. He knew how to fight. Like he had the great Archie Moore in his corner helping him out as well. So Foreman did know how to fight. For people who think all he had was just these swinging punches, George Foreman was good technically as well.
That crowd, man, like any punch Ali lands, he's gonna definitely get the crowd's reaction behind that. So he's immediately we see that straight right hand being used. There goes another one.
And it's throwing Foreman off.
Yeah. There you go. We should be doing this. Deremy, we should be calling fights.
I know, right? One thing you got to look at too, though. I know Foreman's got more muscle on him, but Ali, people forget how big Ali was as a heavyweight.
They look very similar to me.
Yeah.
I think Foreman 6'3", Ali 6'2". You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ali might be 6'3". Like, they look like around the same height.
Yeah.
Or 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah. This is normally Foreman's towering over and guys. That's not so today. Well, this night, not today.
Foreman with a vicious uppercut, misses, taking it to the head of Ali. Ali stands back, ties his man up.
I'll say this first round, Ali came out to kind of show Foreman like what's what.
Pretty impressive in round one.
He's popping for him. Foreman and I look a little puffy, like he's giving him some good shots.
Yeah.
But goes over the shoulder of Muhammad Ali. Ali shifts right, bounces left, takes
now,
the left on the side of the head.
We all know what happened with this fight, right? Like this fight is well known for the rope a dope, but if Ali stays with this, this aggressiveness and throwing all these punches, do you think we get obviously not the same outcome, but do you think it's an 7th, 8th round knockout still? I don't think so.
No, because he wasn't hurting Foreman.
Foreman's not throwing a lot of shots. He's not tiring out.
He's not tiring out, so no.
Real strong right hand just underneath the heart. And Muhammad Ali is taking some punishment now. About 25 seconds left in the round.
So these shots that Foreman's throwing are getting in there. They're wild. He's not getting like cleanest shots, but he's getting some good body shots in there.
Yeah, and so early in the fight. Look at that though, man. Like he's catching Foreman, man. But this was a great first round, man.
And look at the clinches here. Ali did that very well, which shows you his strength. And, you know, Ali's bigger than what he was when he fought. Like, he weighs more. But he's doing a good job of leaning on Foreman, of pulling his head down, really. And these wrestling, they're not just like holds and clinches. They become wrestling matches. And Ali actually, in the clinch, he wins throughout the night over George Foreman. And you see Archie Moore in the corner, too.
Yeah, and a lot of times you'll hear boxers, man, like when you're in the clinch, push them away. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're leaning on them. Now you're physically pushing them out of the way. Like, that's a big deal, man. And even in the corner when Ali sat down, you saw he winked at somebody.
You wouldn't call that round for Ali?
There you go, typing the crowd up, man. That crowd is nuts.
The ultimate performer. Like there's no way you can't tell me this crowd isn't number 2 on the list of why Ali won the fight that night. And it doesn't happen if you go to, like, I know London, England they put in a bid for it. Obviously, Mobutu got that dirty money and got 10 million, 5 million each for these guys.
Which is in 74, man. That's
huge.
That's a big purse. So now, if you haven't noticed yet, I know the round just started, but the strategy shifted here. Ooh, that was a good right hand. But round 2 is where Ali makes that shift into the rope-a-dope. You see he's not throwing as many punches. He didn't come out as aggressive as he did in the first round.
Yeah, and that's due to Foreman. To give Foreman credit. He kind of saw, like, what I was thinking ain't going to work. And I think he had rope-a-dope in his back pocket. I don't think he wanted to go to it, but I think he saw he's going to have to go to it.
Yeah. Foreman came out a little better this round for sure.
Absolutely. Ali's not getting good punches in, but he's popping them, though. But he's not. I really feel like the clinching is what's getting Foreman more at this point than, like, Ali's, jab.
Yeah. Oh, those body shots, though, man. Throughout this fight, we're going to see them, man, from Foreman. They look like they hurt.
Which is what gets you in a fight more. We all go by the head as fans, but the fighters will tell you the body shots, the shots to the kidney is what really just wears you down and damages you, which gives more credit to Ali and what he did here.
Right, and to last as long as he did and to be, that we'll look at that 8th round, but, like, to be so fresh and still have power in them shots, man, like, incredible stamina there.
Now, what do you think here, Jose? Because I'm looking at Ali. He looks tired. He looks like...
He does.
Ali backs up and jabs, he backs up. About 45 seconds left in round 2.
He does.
An even fight to this point. The pace has definitely slowed down in round 2.
Yeah, that definitely does. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't keep that pace up. That first round pace was incredible, man. Both fighters were throwing a lot of punches. Wish we had copy box. Like,
I know, right?
These punches are not hurting him that he's taking on the side of the head. 30 seconds left in round 2. Look at Ali.
He's getting those headshots in there, though.
Yeah. Oof.
I might have to give round 2 to Ali.
The left hand and then a straight right to the jaw.
I don't know. Like, I'm big on, and I know a lot of judges are, like, I'm big on, like, the pressure you put on an opponent. And Foreman is just hunting them down, man. Like, and I'm not saying Foreman won this round, but
he is.
That's
but
important.
He's still getting popped. Like, he's not getting those good shots in.
Yeah, the cleaner, more power punches were going to Ali for sure. He looks frustrated right there. Look, they're telling him to sit back, man. He looks frustrated already.
Well, I believe he thought it'd be a quick fight.
I'm glad they've upgraded the ring girls in 2024. She was like, never mind. Whatever. I was going to say fully dressed, but whatever.
You see that eye? See, a little puffiness. And remember, he got cut in one, in spar. That's why the fight got pushed back.
Right?
Yeah.
A month before? It's not a long time.
At some point, that can tell on Foreman.
And also,
Is Foreman vulnerable?
Foreman really hadn't been hurt
Yeah.
So also there's part of that when if you don't, you have to have a callus of getting hit. If you don't get hit, then you get cut easily. That has to
Yep.
build up.
A combination landed by Ali to the face of George Foreman. Round 3 just underway. Very even
Yeah,
fight.
and his
I will
defensive
have to
style,
score
man,
round
it
2
lends to
slightly
getting
in
hit
favor of
too, man.
Muhammad
Like
Ali. There's the
he
left kick to the
barely
face of
covers
George
up,
Foreman. George Foreman backing Ali to the ropes. There's the
Oh,
vicious left hook to the body. Misses the left again. The
He's
right
getting
hook
some
to
reactions
the
though from those
body.
body shots. The crowds, you can feel
Ali
them.
is getting away,
yeah.
hanging on to the head of Foreman. Foreman will push and try to set up his punch.
But that's what I mean. Like I think.
When he pushes, he tries to do it
Oof, man.
That's his secret.
Those camera flashes too are bright as hell.
Muhammad Ali. Round 3, very close. Heavyweight championship fight.
But already I'm giving this round to Foreman so far. Like,
So far.
Yeah, he's just come out very. Ooh. He's just getting hit with those 1-2s, man. Them left and
He
right,
is.
just
They're not hurting him.
right, and they're not like they're just sharp. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not probably a ton of power behind them, but it's just really sharp shots. But they're landing flush. And the crazy part, he's like leaning back and hitting them with that.
That's that reach.
Yeah.
And also practicing it. He, like I said on the podcast, Larry Holmes was a sparring partner, and they were working on that, working on how to work against the ropes, how to use them like that.
You see, he's pulling Foreman's head down and talking shit into his ear. So not only, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's people don't think about the power that Ali. That's a big man. That's a big heavyweight into. Today's standards now with the Furies and the Wilders and maybe not so, but for a long time, that's a big heavyweight. Like because he moves so well and was so fast, so pretty. I've had debates with like MMA guys who like Bruce Lee could beat Muhammad Ali, and I'm like, no. Like he could, especially when he was in his prime. Like Bruce Lee at 5'7", 135. You give me Ali at 6'3", 220 to 230. Bruce Lee is copying his footwork, so he's not going to be better than the original. It's not going to work. So people forget that size. He was a big man.
Yeah, he came into this fight, like you just mentioned, like he was 6'3", 216 pounds. So people like, oh, Foreman was so much bigger, 6'4", 220. So not much difference there.
No.
Foreman looking for his opening to unload that.
Well,
he's throwing one punch now at this point.
There he goes to the right, but it just didn't land that time.
And it's so hard to give judges credit. Don't get me wrong, we've had some bad judges in fights, but you look at it, we have hindsight 50 years later, but still, we know he's getting the body shot, but he's missing these big shots, Foreman is.
Yeah, and then you got Ali hitting him with talking shit to him, walking away. So Ali's stealing rounds also at the end of these rounds. Like you can see, like those last 20 seconds. I do hate that. But
that's a pet peeve for Mr. Ruiz.
It is. But he's doing a fantastic job with that right now, especially with this crowd behind him.
You got to say, it works. It does work.
It does work. And especially when you got a crowd so pro Ali, you know what I'm saying? Like that, any shot like that, that's the lasting thing that a judge is going to remember. This dude punching him in the face and his crowd going crazy. He's going to tend to lean to that.
And as time go by, this would tell on him.
It's crazy how much, one of your favorite fighters, Sugar Ray Leonard, how much he copied Ali.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I knew it, but like watching this, how much it just hit me, how much he copied, stole, whatever you want to say, from Ali. It's just crazy.
But Ali fought dudes.
George Foreman has gone in a fight since 1972.
Leonard did too. I'm talking shit, but they all fought, man. Them poor kings there, but yeah, he was very whatever. Right, round 4. 15 rounds. Holy shit, man. Ooh.
He got staggered on that one. George was staggered with that shot.
I don't remember seeing that.
No, so far it's more action from Ali than I remember.
Yeah.
I really felt like it was 5 rounds of him against the ropes, but he's given way more action than I thought.
Another good shot there. He's got one punch, man. Like that's it.
So far you have it 2 rounds to 1 Ali, or is it 3-0?
I can see people going 3-0. I got a 2 rounds to 1.
I agree with you.
But I wouldn't be mad if you got 3-0. Like, you know, I would get it. I think the last round was more Foreman than Ali.
Ali facing you, Foreman, the strength in his back, you can see as he tries to work downstairs on Ali. Ali hanging on and continues to get away with it. Ali looks a bit concerned, but what would you expect in there?
I don't see any concern.
Foreman not scoring these punches at all.
So I know people have complained, like, not just for this fight, but like throughout boxing, like guys like leaning back so much on those ropes. Like, what do you think about that, Deremy?
I don't have any beef with it.
Yeah, I've seen people complain about that.
People do complain about it. I don't have any problem with it though. Like, what do you? You're really at a disadvantage when you
can't go anywhere.
Yeah, like, so I don't understand why people complain. Like, it takes a special fighter to know how to do that. Like, usually, me or you or anybody, we do that. You're hurting yourself. So that's why when you're using the ropes, it's like, yeah, but you're not going anywhere. You're stuck. And against a guy like Foreman, he's cutting you off. So I think what's as impressive though is George was good with using those hands in those clinches, and Ali is outdoing that on George. Like,
he's beating him to the punch, literally. Like, no pun intended. But by the time he's getting close to him, he's already boom boom getting hit with 2. Like.
And this is where I feel like George is starting to show his exhaustion here.
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm seeing George looks tired.
Yeah, the punches are getting longer. Like, it's just 1 or 2 shots. And the thing is, I'm not a judge, but if I'm a judge looking at this, like, now that was a good combination, but he gets caught again. Like, but now he looks really sloppy in there right now. You know what I mean? Like, so I can't give him like the round if he's, his punches are like just jumping. Like,
he's missing so much.
Yeah, he's exhausted.
One thing the referee didn't do, like, that's a cheap trick, but if you get away with it, like the pull on the neck, the constant pulling down, he let that go too much already so far. I'm seeing that, and I think it goes on throughout the rest of the fight too. And that's one thing I can. Foreman lost, he lost, and if you can get away with it, you can get away with it. As Al Davis once said, if you ain't cheating, he ain't trying,
Yeah.
But he's pulling his head down a lot there, and that does weigh on Foreman.
But he's also not complaining about it. You know what I mean? Like,
good point.
I haven't seen him say a thing about it. So
George is throwing his shots a little too wild. Otherwise, just shorten up a little more.
Yeah, that's Joe Frazier's talking about that, man. His punches look wild, man. They're coming from all the way down here. Like, we shorten them up, they can come a little more power. No, he looks still tired.
Yeah, he's tired. I think the game plan, like, he didn't expect Ali to be able to do stuff physically better than him. I don't think he expected that he would lose a clinch battle with Ali. Like,
right.
I don't think he expected Ali to beat him with the hand, pulling the hands down, or Ali pulling his neck down. I think he was just thrown off guard, but I think any boxer in heavyweight history would have been thrown off guard at this point with this game plan. Joe Louis, Marciano, I don't care who you throw in there, you're not expecting this.
So do you think, and again, we don't know, but, like, do you think Foreman, I don't know if Foreman, like, I don't want to say misjudged, but, like, Ali's size, you know what I mean? Like, maybe he didn't, like, look over his skill, but maybe it was just the size that's bothering him more than anything else.
I would agree. I think his size and the power that Ali had, because Ali is still known for what? Moving, butterfly, the jab, the stinger. He gets outworked. I mean, Foreman, you could say, is stronger at this point, but I think when you're not preparing for it unexpectedly, he got outworked on that. Because I think just as much, maybe you could say, if not more than the punches, it was all those things, like, adding up that really makes Foreman just zapped.
Yeah, so Ali looking like he's taking his round off, like.
But Foreman still looks bad.
Yeah, I know. Like, and that's one thing I've already noticed in this fight there. I mean, it's like I agree with your point earlier, where it's like Ali been more active than I thought. You know what I mean? Like, and not this round though, for sure. But this is what in my mind this fight was the whole entire time.
That's what I thought. Until round 8, like round 1, I knew was good, and I thought you get like 6 rounds of this, and then 8 he just surprises him.
Yeah, now he's pulling him back from the ropes. The ref. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, me neither.
He was pulling the fighters back. Like that's crazy.
I don't think he knows what to do though.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. If you put yourself back in October of '74, this is all different.
Oh, he almost got him there, man.
Yeah, he did.
Oh shit.
I might get this to Ali here.
Yeah. He's landed it. Yo, I'll be honest. If this round, if there was a minute left, he might knock him
out.
Yeah. Holy shit, dude. Like, if there was longer, he had no energy left. If there was 30, 40 more seconds in this round, he might have put him down.
I agree.
Wow.
I'm wondering if this is, man, you could really say 5 rounds to nothing for Ali here. So, I mean, the judges weren't crazy by the time the knockout happens to have Ali on the scorecards because already you got to have him on it. Look at him.
That right hand caught him flush. And he knew, and he was just standing there flat-footed. Ali, that's a lot of power coming at him.
That's that mummy.
Bam!
Another one.
Oh, man.
He's missing. George is missing.
Another one. Oh, my God, man.
Look at it. Wow. And look at the head movement by Ali. At 32.
Hands down.
Well, what he's doing, he's using the old pro skill on George.
Man, he's just.
Look at George. Look at him.
Yeah. He's talking shit to him right in his ear.
Match. You look at. I want to see the confidence Ali's got now. I think after that exchange, he knows he can knock him out.
Yeah.
Now he has it.
And really did some yelling.
So now I guess the game plan is the first minute and a half, I'm going to let this dude throw all these punches, then I'm going to just start teeing off on him when he looks exhausted.
Shame. George is a great heavyweight fighter, but he's doing what Ali was making fun of him for, like the mummy move. Like he's proven Ali right here by just doing that.
Now he's definitely come out a little more aggressive, Ali, this fight. Damn, and he's talking shit to him in his ear. Like, I get why Foreman was just like, I couldn't do anything against this dude, man.
No one did that to him. I bet you the last person to do that was when he sparred with Sonny Liston years earlier. Like, I bet you he didn't know. No one did this.
Tremendous crowd here at 20th of May Stadium.
Man, this is huge. This is an ass whooping, man.
Way more than I look at that.
Yeah.
Way more than I thought.
Now he's going to be cautious of the power. He's nowhere. Ali's nowhere near intimidated by him now, man.
I'm telling you, man, this is the fight to be at. This is it. This is the same. It's the same vibe with the crowd. Only they have a crowd as Tyson Douglas, where it's like Buster's beating him. You're like Buster's whooping him in these rounds.
Yeah.
And you can't believe it. Like,
what round was that he beat Tyson, knocked Tyson out?
10th. The 8th is when Tyson got the knockdown on him.
Yeah, which was a 10 count, but
it was not. I've argued with many people that he gets up. Buster even just hits us in disgust. So, I'm with you. I'm with you, Buster. I'm with you, James.
Allowing Foreman to come in on him, inviting him in and counter-punching.
That's a good tactic there, man. He threw that little short right hand and caught Ali. Them looping rights ain't doing nothing.
No.
Get off those ropes. But Ali continues to talk to Foreman. Straight left hand on the chin.
Here it comes. Here comes the flurry.
Foreman paws in. He's looking for room to.
There you go, off the ropes.
30 seconds left in the round. Now Ali squares away. Watch him box. He loves to put on combinations in the last few seconds.
Every jab, the crowd's just getting hyped.
Right hand misses.
That right hand, man.
And then pulling the head. See, now the ref's getting in there.
Ali at this point is outclassed with strength and
Some big dudes, man, to be
It's
breaking
tough.
up.
It is tough to do. Yeah, that's why I do like in like UFC they have big refs for
Yeah.
the heavyweight because yeah, I always wonder how Mills Lane's going to break up like Riddick Bowe and Holyfield. Like you need big guys to do those
Yeah.
big heavyweight fights. But I got this round for Ali as well, man.
Yeah, I can see this round going either way, but either one of them really did anything.
I
But
think
he
he
caught
did.
him.
He
He
stole
caught
it.
him with he caught him with the better punches, man. It's not even sitting down in the corner. You know
You
what I
don't
mean?
need
Like
to.
that's all about the mind thing, man.
And that's the crowd getting with him.
I don't think he's in bad shape.
Like that's a movement right there, man. You watching it.
That crowd, that should look like a college. I feel like I'm in Duke right now or something. No, not really.
No, way better. We can't give Duke. Look at it, man. That crowd was just.
Real smart.
Yes, I'd hate to predict any fight, but my goodness, those
He's
people who said Foreman would win in
man.
a flash
He looks so.
have certainly been proved wrong. Those people who said.
Here we go, round number 7, and the fighters can't wait to get at each other. As this time, Big Foreman comes stalking
Up
across
against the ropes,
ring,
just starting
Yeah.
some light hooks to the body of Ali that certainly
Look, he is gassed. George
Yeah.
is just.
problems to Muhammad Ali. Ali spins him around out of the corner now. Ali is definitely in command as far as the movement in the ring is
Absolutely.
concerned.
He's
Foreman
flat-footed.
looking for the
He's
opportunity to
he's
unload.
cool, man.
The left
This is
hand again in the
genius work
face
right
of
here.
Foreman. Definitely Ali
This is the most impressive fight of Muhammad Ali's career right here. This is what he did in this ring. I'm not saying for people listening or watching, it's his best fight, but it's the most impressive.
Yeah, if you want to look at some of his best though, that's early on, man. Like when he was sharp and had the speed and power working. You know what I mean? Like
when he beat
he's
Floyd Patterson or
yeah.
Ernie Terrell, those fights are better. But this is most impressive, and
He put it all together here.
maybe the fight you go to first, where you talk about the greatness of Ali, I think you might have to go to this fight first.
Yeah, I mean it all came together here.
Who knows what might happen as the rounds continue. We're in round number 7, midway through.
There you go. Look at that. Bang, bang. He's just standing there, man. At this point, Foreman's not even throwing punches. So he's not throwing punches and he's barely guarding. He's just getting caught now.
This looks bad right here.
Yeah.
Foreman continues to come in on Ali. He wants Ali bad. It's just a matter of trying to set him up to deliver the real heavy blow.
Another right.
He's getting popped.
Yeah. He's getting popped walking right in. Like, if you're not going to throw punches, at least put your hands up. Another right hand.
I wonder when the last time George had gone this deep into a fight, too. Like, I don't know. I know it didn't happen a lot, but I just feel like it means something. If you don't go deep in the fights, deep into a fight with people often, you don't know what it's like until you do it.
Yeah. It's a different level of exhaustion, man. Like, just one round is nuts.
Well, because we think about the punches, which that wears you out, your arms. But then when you have a grown human being leaning on you, clenching you, pulling at you, this all just leads to it. People don't understand, man. Those 3 rounds feel like an eternity if you're in there.
Perhaps by a point, maybe 2.
And so, like, it's not a knock on George for feeling exhausted. It's just like he just was unprepared for it. And there's a big difference. He looks like he's 25 and Ali's 32. Looks reversed.
Definitely showing
Yep.
fatigue in the waning seconds in round 7.
I'm trying to remember how hot it was that day, too. Like, I don't think that had a part to play in it. Because this was also at night, right? This was late at night, too.
I think it was like 2 or 4 a.m. to get because they wanted like America and stuff to have it like at 10 o'clock at night, all that kind of stuff. So
he seems to have the whole fight in control. George Foreman seems
they got Jim Brown
at this time.
doing this too.
Yeah, Jim Brown, Joe Frazier there.
David Frost and Colonel Bob Sheridan. Love his voice.
Yeah, he's great.
When he did the Tyson Douglas fight.
Yeah.
Only one fight this long since then. What would you say the position
All right,
is
we
on
go,
points at
Deremy.
the
Round
moment,
8, he's
Jose?
up, Foreman huffing and puffing and breathing out of his mouth in the corner.
I got a feeling that George not going to make it.
There you go.
Oh.
Now tell me, the one thing that people
Frazier
Joe
saw that
knows.
coming.
Spoken
Yeah.
Joe knows.
But Do you think Foreman's got a killer punch? If he lands
Damn,
one
and look,
punch, can he save it?
look how far away
Well,
they
I
are
would
from the
say yes,
ring
to land on the top.
at that side of
Any
the
man can
stadium,
take a punch
and that
out.
crowd is
You
still
take out
that
with one punch.
active.
But George's
Like
fight
you can
foolish.
hear it and feel it.
Here we go. The bell sounds. Round number 8, and an even fight here live via satellite. A video techniques presentation worldwide. Ali working to the
Damn,
head
them
of
rights,
George
man.
Foreman. Ali scores again with a light left hand. That time,
Wow.
straight left.
Just tagging him.
Back of Foreman.
Yeah, man.
Short jab,
Sharp,
the right
man. Them
hand.
them
Bounces
shots
the
are
head around.
sharp, man. He's flat-footed.
Foreman
That's a
looking
lot of
for
power
legacies,
behind that.
real heavy flows. Now he's bouncing better.
Jeez,
Look at
George.
that, man. Yeah, that don't look good, man.
Left that punch, twisted his body to the side, and the left hand went kind of over the shoulder. Ali
Yeah,
bends
he's
him over.
done, man.
Zach Clayton right on the spot, the referee, chairman of the Pennsylvania State Boxing Commission.
I gotta say, I love that Ali.
To be, well,
When he
kind of
knew he
going
had
the way
him, he
wants.
didn't
He's
toy
got
with him.
hands,
He got the fight
but
done.
he
Yeah.
seems able to.
Yeah, he knew. He knew, man. He was like, if he has that flurry, like he saw, what was that, the 4th or 5th round or whatever it was, like he knew if he had that now, it was over, man. He was just waiting on his turn.
Seems to be 1 or 2, maybe 3 good punches. That punch taken on the glove, that one slipped by the left ear.
Yo, and honestly, Deremy, man, looking at this, I know he got hit with a lot of shots. Ali got hit with a lot of shots. I haven't really seen like one shot like on like flush, like maybe 1 or 2 punches, like flush to the chin or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's more the body. I know he's getting
right.
some arm and stuff, but he got some body shots in, but
24-year-old woman hanging pretty tough in there. Again, I caution you to look for the one punch that George Foreman can deliver at any time. This man is devastating.
he is. You're right, Colonel, but let's see what he's got.
Yeah, that power's gone though at this point. I mean, it's still there if he catches him with a flush shot, but that's gone.
Ali hanging on, getting away with it. The left hand.
That's true. He's doing that, a lot of hanging.
Yeah.
The ref didn't do a good job, but
right hand by Foreman was not effective. The right uppercut did bounce the head a little bit.
and he's just throwing punches. Like I feel like there's no strategy behind it.
Yeah,
He's just throwing them.
He just, yeah.
Like he's not setting anything up or not. He's just throwing, and that shows he had nothing in the tank.
30 seconds left.
Physically or mentally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he was just done.
Very even fight. Ali, sneaky right hand.
I want to see this knockout. I never thought it was the most powerful thing. Here we go.
That shot right there was a tough shot, man. Like that last right hand.
Look at that crowd, man. You telling me you don't want to be there for that?
Oh, I'll be there, yeah, for sure.
That is insane. Look at that.
Yo, they're going nuts.
Look at it. Banditi, I love he always crying after everything.
No, they're trying to pick him up. He's like, get off me, man.
No, I'm tired of all these shots. I tell you, though, man, there's something about it.
Shit.
They get a little scuffle.
Yeah.
This is an incredible scene. The place is going
Oh, people ran in the ring, man.
Muhammad Ali has won by a knockdown.
Sheesh.
This is incredible, man.
Yeah.
And let's be real, after this, his reputation grows more, where it's almost like people want to say, besides walking on water, what can't this man do?
Yep.
And
That's why it's such a
here.
tragedy, man. Yeah, no, I got you, man. Like, such a tragedy how his career ended. That's why, man. I hate that, man. But this second to last, I think the last right hand was really right here. Wow, that was a good shot, man. That was no phantom punch. He's exactly right.
David Frost, that was a good one.
That was a good shot, man.
So do you think Foreman on the ground, is that due to the shot or exhaustion?
I think it's 75% exhaustion.
Well, that was it. But my God, he softened his man up. And over there.
Magic of Muhammad.
Crazy ass scene though, man.
Bob Sheridan
It's incredible. It's. I mean, it's 50 years later, Jose, and I'm still blown away by seeing that,
Yeah,
man. Like
yeah. Look at that, dude. It's crazy in
what he
there
was
now.
going up against, what he had to do, and this is another fight. Like my just like the De La Hoya Trinidad, my perception was wrong. I thought Ali rope-a-doped a lot more and just kind of was just letting him do it. But nah, Ali, it was timed perfectly. I'm more impressed doing this rewatch than when we just did our podcast talking about it.
So am
What?
I. He was a lot more active than what I can remember, and these were precise, really sharp left and right hands, man, just throughout the entire fight. He came out, took it right to him. You know what I'm saying? Like that, to me, that was even more impressive, man. Like how he came out and started the fight. Like he came out aggressive, ran out of the corner, and was just taking it to him right from the jump.
And honestly,
That just set the tone. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The punches he threw were ballsy, and
Right.
that he was leaving himself open too for these shots that Foreman could have countered, but Foreman couldn't have countered. He didn't have it in him.
Man.
A defeated man right there. In
Yeah.
every aspect of the word.
Yep. This loss was devastating to him, man.
And Jose, you can't blame him, honestly.
Yeah.
Because he's embarrassed. He got out. He's nothing to be embarrassed for. If you look at it, he lost to the greatest. He lost to the GOAT. But at this point, when you are him and you carry that anger around, he had a lot of that anger, a lot of that stuff in him, and you do become, in your mind, invincible.
Yeah.
No one can beat you, and then you get beat. And you get beat, as we now see 50 years later, doing this rewatch, convincingly.
Yeah.
You're humbled. And also, guess what, man? We give athletes and they get paid. He got paid $5 million, which is a lot now. So, Jose, we just rewatched Rumble in the Jungle 50 years later. Let me ask you, I don't know if you fully answered it in our podcast episode or here. Do you think this is the most impressive Muhammad Ali performance?
Yeah, now I do. I'll be very honest. Like I would have said no. You know what I mean? Like when I think during the podcast I might have asked you. Yeah, I don't know if I answered it, but when I'm asking you, I'm not thinking it was. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was asking you, and I just wanted your opinion on that. But just doing the rewatch now, seeing how effective he was from the very beginning, Deremy, like from the jump to the first second to the last second, man. Like the strategy that he put out there worked perfectly. You know, like that. You called him a genius earlier. That boxing mind, like it was just formulated perfectly, and he implemented the plan to perfection, man. Like I don't even know what else to say about that, man. That was just, I didn't know he whooped his ass like that, and he 100% did.
Something that I don't think we also addressed on the podcast, is this the most famous fight? Now, I know we talked Ali Frazier won on our podcast back for that 50th anniversary in 2021 as like the biggest fight, but is this the most famous fight in boxing history?
This gets referenced more than Ali Frazier won. You know, like just, you know, we talked about the name of the, you know, Rumble in the Jungle, the rope-a-dope that comes out of this, like, you know, all of these two guys still, like, you know, I know Foreman's still alive, like, you know, still big names towards the end of their lives, like, still talked about here. I know Frazier and Ali are both, you know, no longer with us, but like, I think this is the more famous fight, yeah, out of all the big ones. I just think, again, my heart goes to Ali Frazier one, but you know, what are we like referencing Ali Frazier one other than the fight of the century and everything that happens in the crowd and all that stuff? That gets talked about more, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, well, I think I never thought about it this way until I just asked you, but that's why I wanted to. I think Thriller in Manila is more famous than the fight of the century.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
And so I do think just because Rope-a-Dope, Rumble in the Jungle, those are names you can say, terms you can say now, and people get it.
Yeah.
People know what you mean. And I'm trying to think, man, of a more famous fight that, like, not people like us or people who probably watching this, like the sports, like, junkies, the sport history junkies, the casual fans know rope-a-dope. They definitely know Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
I think
They
this
know
might.
Foreman.
They know George Foreman. They have
People
his
know
grill.
Foreman. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think this might be the most famous fight in boxing history, which is insane.
That is insane. But just what I'm leaving, both these episodes, Deremy, that we did the podcast and the YouTube rewatches, like the impact and any I didn't even think of this, dude. Like even like getting ready for this, and as soon as you said this is our third Ali fight, and I was like, man, and each fight to me was in my mind so huge. You know what I'm saying? Like just so huge and so important, not only for sports, not only for boxing, but American history. You know what I mean? Like, and here we have this huge event, huge fight, not only American history, African history, like
Global history.
global history, exactly. And it was just so big, and it's like I don't know if we do throw them Manila, let's just say, right, which we probably will. I don't know if even that's as big as this, and it's just incredible to think about those events, how huge they each were.
Well, I think there's a Mount. If you look at Mount Rushmore for Ali fights, we've just done 3 of them. The Thriller Manila is the 4th one,
There you go.
and that'll be 50 years in 2025,
25.
October
Yep.
1st, I believe. I haven't, I've watched that fight probably just as much as I've watched the other Ali fights that we've done. I haven't deep dived on it to see if it's a global event like these other 3 fights are. But I mean, Ali listing defines it. The '60s change. You can look at it.
Yeah.
It's a big moment in history when it changes. Ali Frazier with Vietnam and what that represented, and the culture clash. That was a historical moment, and this was a globally historical moment. And you think about these great figures in sports history. The Miracle on Ice is a great moment on the big stage and all that stuff. We talk about the Dream Team. Not taken away from them, they have one of those. Miracle on Ice was a one-time thing, and it's awesome. Imagine if Miracle on Ice had 3, maybe 4 of those
Yeah.
kind of games. If MJ and the Dream Team did that so many times, MJ with the last shot against Utah was not a global event. It was a big deal in U.S., a big deal in the NBA and in sports. It was not a global, historic, social changing event. Ali doesn't have just one of those. He's got 3 of them.
I know.
That's just incredible.
Maybe 4. You know what I'm saying?
Possibly
like
4.
And I was just thinking now while we're talking, it's like, do you think Ali Frazier 1 fight of the century will be a bigger even? I mean, it's tough to get even bigger if Ali wins that fight, because the other ones we're talking about, he comes out, he's the winner. Ali Frazier 1, he lost that fight.
No. I mean, I think if he wins that fight, this fight's smaller because he's the
Yes. Oh,
champion.
yes.
This fight's not as big.
Or happen sooner. You know what I mean?
Right, could
Like,
happen sooner. Right. Nah, because that added to it though. It made it more interesting. Ali needed that loss because then he was human, and then it was the rivalry was there, right? It was
yeah,
already building, but now it's like I don't know. The buildup would be as much about if Frazier has to avenge him, but we wanted to see Ali's got to avenge him, and the Thriller Manila, who's gonna the rubber match between these 2
yeah.
rivals. So it's like that outcome had to happen that way.
And I think to your point, like with that happening, with that loss for Ali, it elevated Frazier,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Foreman win elevated Foreman. So it was
Absolutely,
just
good point.
a big time trickle down effect.
Nah, it's a good point. So you're right. I think, and I think also you kind of got the wave of Ali after. It feels like there's a big divide, like you said during I think the podcast, where it was those who were like for Vietnam didn't like Ali, those anti-Vietnam did like him. Once like those who were anti-Ali saw him lose, I feel like the hate for him kind of dissipated. It was like, all right,
Yeah,
he got his, so okay, we can move on. So I don't know. I think it just had to go that way, especially to what you just said. Like, it made a great point. It elevated Frazier, elevates Foreman, elevates Ali when he beats him in this fight. Like, it all had to happen that way. So, man, it's just there's something about it, man. There's something about who can you watch. I'll be real. I spent a lot of that we recorded this on a Monday night, Sunday, watching When We Were Kings, and then doing what I used to do as a kid in the summertime before I could work, watching Ali Cosell clips all day, and they never get boring. And like, who else can do that? Who else do you have to hear be interviewed, and you're
yeah,
just like, I'm here, like only Muhammad Ali.
yeah. No, there's nothing like that. There's nothing like him. I was today working. I just had on YouTube. I just typed in Ali and I just let it go, and it was just on loop like almost my entire afternoon, and it was just like it was fascinating, man. Like, because there was so many different areas where he was just amazing at the interviews, the promotion, the fight, after fights, like interviews. It was all great, and it's just for dudes like us, we can just do that all day.
There's I used to be really jealous of, like, when I was a kid, my dad, he got to see a lot of those great athletes, and like my grandpa, we got to talk about them. As I got older, I don't feel that way, but there's one person I feel that way about. I wish I could have seen Ali. Like, I wish I could have just gotten this live in the moment. Like, not just this fight, but just his battles. What he did with Liston, what he did with the name change in Nation of Islam, the Ali Frazier, and his comeback, his interviews with Cosell and going back and forth, getting to hear. I wish I could have seen. Like, that's the one. Everybody else, I didn't see Will Chamberlain. I'm okay with that now. I didn't see Jackie
Right.
Robinson. I'm okay. I still get jealous when I hear people, Ali lived around here in Philly for a little bit, and I still meet older people who are like, yeah, I went by his house, or I saw him in Fairmount Park. I still get jealous of that. I'm like, man, I wish I
Yeah.
was there.
Yeah. Imagine like one of the biggest events in my lifetime were the Summer Olympics in Atlanta. Why? Because he was, he lit the flame, and it was just like, I'm just glad I was able to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that, obviously he was well into his disease and he was already older, but even that to me was like huge. And I was like, oh shit, that's Ali, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just, and I'm just glad I got to see at least that.
Well, I mean, I think I went to Atlanta. I've driven through it before, but walked around like the first couple months ago, Labor Day weekend, and I wanted to see that flame, and I got to see it. The fact that it's still up there, and
Yeah.
you could take it down, like it's just there, right? But they don't, because of, I don't think it's to like a reminder like, oh, the Olympics were here. I think because moment was that special.
Right. Because there's a tragic event that happened in that Olympics that they can probably want to forget about. But
True.
that moment there is in Olympic history now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's an all-time great moment in Olympic history, which is the Olympics have been going on since forever. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
it just speaks to the man, you know.
It does. It does. And this was fun to do in 50 years, and I think that's when you get to 50 and it's still remembered and still talked about. I think that's how you know. A lot of times, like 25, 30, which is still great, but then you're like, how will it be after 50th anniversary? And it's still, I've been looking up stuff, like a lot of attention on it, getting ready for the
Yeah.
50th. So that just shows you the magnitude of this fight, and like you said, the man. So I'm glad we did this rewatch, man. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, in 25 years we'll do it again, do the
Absolutely.
75th. We'll be like Eddie and Martin in life, like
Mm-hmm.
the upper room.
Yep. Go. Remember them at the end of the Yankee Stadium? Go,
Yeah.
go at the Yankees. Go. We'll be like, "Go Ali, go!"
Yeah, yeah. Hell
But
yeah.
hey, for him, it'll be worth it.
Absolutely.
I'll keep watching these because this was just awesome, and it's just, man, I'm inspired. So
Nah, this hyped me up. This is great for the beginning of the week. I'm exhausted, and that's when I know like it was a lot of fun. I'll even give you a different example of his magnitude. I know we're wrapping up, but I took my son. My son's 19. He went shopping, whatever. Bought a couple T-shirts. The best T-shirt he said he had was it was an Ali T-shirt. I was like, oh, that's nice. Like he was like, yeah, I had to get this, and I was like, this dude is 19. Like that's how big this dude is.
was
Like
he wasn't born when Ali did the torch thing, right?
no, hell
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
hell no. That's
So that's what's insane about it. Like,
right.
and there's not too many figures in history who have that effect.
Nope, not
So
even a little bit.
yeah, so man, definitely, man. So please, everyone, like, subscribe, comment. Do you agree with me or us about, is this Ali's most impressive fight? Hit us up on Twitter at Bigger Game Pod. Hit us up in the comment section. Follow us on Twitter, on Instagram at Bigger Game Pod. Follow us on our podcast feed or listen to podcasts. And please check out our archives. We have a lot of other great content in there. Tell your friends, tell everybody, because Bigger Than the Game with Deremy and Jose is the place for sports history. So,
Absolutely.
the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jose Ruiz. I'm Deremy Dove. Thank you guys for watching Bigger Than the Game with Deremy and Jose.
Peace.